Looking ahead to Erik ten Hag then, Major, what is the first thing that he has to address?
Wow, good question. Bring back
the United way.
Not even the United way will come when people are fighting for each other. United will come when there's a relationship in the change room, when that team spirit is there. And then he can, obviously he's going to try and implement his style of play, but surely he'll be reminded there's a style of play that these fans are used to, which is attacking football. Of course you have to do your defensive side as well, but just to get a team, get a spirit in the team, and then go and play a football might come in.
I think that he has to create a culture. He's put his own stamp on it without trying to take too much and really assess what United way is. He'll have to definitely look at his players, and then they have to buy into what he's doing, what he wants to do, and everyone going in the same direction, because at the moment it doesn't look like everyone's heading in the same direction with the same goals, the same wants, the same needs, or most important, the same values. And I think once you start getting that and start building, you know, and addressing, like, you know, a Man United player, the DNA of a Man United player, what is that? Because at the moment there's 11 different DNAs of a Man United player wearing the shirt. Get the DNA of a Man United player, and that's the players you have to try and sign when you're going to buy a player.
But it's exciting because I don't know if you watch Ajax play. It's attacking football, offensive football. You've got Darren Fletcher in it that if he needs anything to understand about the culture, he's got all these resources around him to use the information about what he needs to go forward. But so I'm excited for next season.
Have they got the right players in this United side to execute Ten Hag's style of play?
At the moment, as mentioned before, there's obviously a few players who will be leaving at the end of the contract. So there'll be opportunities when he comes in. He'll be bringing people that he would like, that they're identified. And as you speak to the club, the scouts that needs to bring in those players, if the club back him, then you need to give the guy time. Any manager will tell you need time to your style of play, and then put his stamp on it.
Should there be lower expectations for Erik ten Hag in this rebuild? It sounds silly because it's Manchester United. It is Manchester United.
He's not been brought in to start off like he's been brought in to.
But just to give him time to rebuild.
Yeah, I think everyone understands this is not going to be an overnight thing. Yeah. To get to the standards where Manchester City and Liverpool and even Chelsea are, it's not an overnight thing. This is 2 seasons, 3 seasons, but at the same time, Man United need to be competitive. Yeah. So it's not like, okay, we'll give you that and you can be 7th, 8th. It's no, be competitive. Yeah. And at the same time, you've got to be like building. And the fans need to see what they can see, that, oh, I get it now. I see what's happening. The players, oh, it's high intensity. We're attacking on the front foot. Yeah. But if it's not, then they're like, what's going on? And I think far too often, fans are confused of what Man United are we. You know, there's been change of managers, change of styles. I think they need to see something moving forward.
One big decision he has to make has to do with the captaincy. Does he retain Harry Maguire as the captain, or is one of the first decisions he ever makes as manager of this club is to let him go and get someone else to be the captain? Ralph Rangnick came out to say that the captain should be selected by the team instead.
I've been, if I go back to my time, the manager, the boss, chose the captain.
I've never been like, so, hands up who votes him the captain. It's never been one of them. That happens in the playground. Yeah. But it'd be a very huge and drastic move if he comes in. The first decision is to strip Harry Maguire of the captaincy. Yeah. I don't think that's even a problem. Like, you know, just everyone be a leader. I think that, you know, the captaincy, yes, you flick the coin, and yes, you know, here the captain has been such a pivotal face of the team. But at the moment, it's like, okay, you're the captain. It's not my main thing I need to change. I just need to change people's mindset, their values, and the culture of this place. The captaincy, that can wait.
So you're talking about players that could potentially move on, players that's out of contract very soon. Pogba is one that looks to be leaving in the summer, so that's one big decision that at least Erik ten Hag doesn't have to make. But you also have the likes of Matic, who did brilliantly today. The likes of Mata as well. Jesse Lingard looks to be maybe leaving in the summer as well. Who would you keep and who would you let go? Cavani is another one.
I think who you keep is who can play and adapt to the new manager's way of playing. So if it's about legs, you don't keep the players that don't have any legs. If it's about keeping the ball in possession, you keep the players that can keep the ball in possession. So the manager will dictate who fits into his way. We've all been at clubs when the managers come in and you're like, okay, you know, first training session, he starts implementing how he plays. And then he starts thinking, he hasn't got the legs to play how I want to play. He can do what I want him to do. And if you can't do what the manager wants, you find yourself out.
At the same time, you want to keep players that want to play for Manchester United. Pogba, I know Pogba, I know he loves his club. He came through the ranks here with Jesse and Raval. They won the Youth Cup, so the club means a lot to him. So I still hope that he changed his mind. I don't know if he's made a decision yet, but if you talk about the player you want to keep, you keep someone like Pogba. He's a world-class player. You need to show him love.
But he's never been world-class in the Manchester United shirt.
Then again, look at the whole team.
He's got world-class moments, but he's not had a world-class...
I always find that what they want from Pogba is to change everything and get us winning again. He's one man, and I think if you take one of the... Even in the United eras, you go and put Paul Scholes in this United team on his own, these players, he's not going to set the world alight and be the same Paul Scholes we're used to. So the expectations on Pogba, because of the price tag, it's huge. It's always like he's got to change us and change us. He doesn't do that for France. It's shared between 10 other players. Yeah. So he's a bit part in the role of a very well-oiled blue machine. Here, they want him to be the whole machine, and it's not going to happen.
United does do that, though, when a big-name player comes in. Cristiano comes in and be like, oh, he's going to bring us the title. He's the next missing jigsaw puzzle. But as jigsaw puzzles go, it's not one piece.
Oh no, this jigsaw, there's missing pieces in that box. They're everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So I just think that it just needs someone to say, okay, this is what we're going with. This is who we are, and we start finding players that match the DNA of what we want. And I think only till the manager comes and starts showing us the style of football he wants, will we understand what sort of player will fit in United.
And as you talked about alignment, you spoke to Ralph now, you see where his consultancy, where he's going to do with the club. So there seemed to be alignment. New manager coming in, announcement was made. So there seemed to be a clear direction of where the club is going. So yes, it's not looking great now, but I'm excited for next season.
Do you think it'll be a massive rebuild in the summer? Do you think big clear out, big coming in, big spendings maybe? Or do you think they'll look at the youth as a direction?
Well, the youth, is some talent there, but that's not the be-all and end-all of it. They need to bring in experienced players. Like you mentioned about the expectation will be the same as Manchester United. They expect to win every game. Yes, bring in youth, but they have to be at the right moments. You can't just keep throwing young players into the deep end. They have to earn it and be at the right moment. So I'm excited. So.
I'm not as excited for United to do well. No, listen, I think that as a club, it's not where it's supposed to be. And I think unless you're a United fan, people are like, well, long may it continue, because this club has dominated and done so well and cleaned up most trophies. Everyone's like happy with how it's going so far, but they need to be a huge change for them to start doing well.
Well, just one final question for me then. How long do you think, in terms of years, will United need in order to catch up to the likes of Man City and Liverpool? Bearing in mind, Jurgen Klopp just signed an extension, so...
That's a good question, because when you look at Klopp, when he came in, it didn't happen for him in the first season, it didn't happen for the second season. So you need about 2 or 3 seasons. And it's important, your transfer windows, the players, the characters you bring in, that's so important. So
to get to Liverpool's level?
You don't want to get to Liverpool's level. You want to get to Manchester United level. We go beyond Liverpool level.
Michael, what do you think?
I think it's going to be good 2-3 years. Because remember, with one thing with football, people don't stand still. So you're still playing catch up. You know, the one thing about Man City and Liverpool, they've got a foundation, they've got a structure, and that's what United have to build. And that will take 2-3 years. Klopp had to get players ready for the way he played. Remember, the beginning, players are pulling up hamstrings and they have to get them fit. This is the sort of player. Now everyone's that high intensity. Yeah. So there's United will have to find out how they play, address that, and players will come in that fit that style of football. And then, then they'll have to play catching up. This place is attractive. Who doesn't want to play here every week? Yeah. So it'll have no problem in attracting players, but it's the right players.